here for you now is presented by second-year manager Mark Reed. The left-hand inning center fielder Slade Caldwell will be the leadoff man for Hillsboro. First-round pick 2024, 29th overall. He was with the Hops for second half of last year. Avery Owusu-Adiedu is the left fielder. He will bat second. Trent Youngblood, left-hand inning right fielder, will bat third. Yasel Soler is the cleanup man at third base, and Soler had the first homer in brand-new Hillsboro Hops Ballpark's history. It was also a walk-off homer called by voice of the Hops, Seth Hoyland. Again, Soler is the cleanup man playing third base. Gerald Neen is the second baseman. He will bat fifth. Brady Counsell, the designated hitter, will bat sixth. He is the son of Craig Counsell, manager of the Chicago Cubs. Alberto Barriga, the catcher, will bat seventh. I'm told he has a very strong throwing arm. I'm guessing we'll see that at some point here in the series. Switch hitting shortstop Wallace Clark will bat eighth, and batting ninth is the first baseman Modifi Marte, who had a 5-hit game earlier in this season. He's only one of 3 players in all of American professional baseball with a 5-hit game so far on the year. Right-hander Kyle Ayers, again, gets the start for the Hillsboro Hops. For the Tri-City Dust Devils and second-year manager Dan Billardello, his lineup looks like this. Again, we just received it a little bit ago. Yohan Macias is the leadoff man. He will be the shortstop tonight. He was originally going to be the second baseman, but then a lineup change occurring. Jake Monroe, the third baseman, will bat second. And again, what a week Monroe had in Everett. 3 homers, 9 RBI. He was great, the 4th-round pick in last year's draft out of Louisville. Matt Cooney, the designated hitter, will bat third. Ryan Nicholson, the first baseman, is the cleanup man. Anthony School is the center fielder, batting fifth. Cootney, Nicholson, and School, all left-hand hitters, the 3-4-5 block. Catcher Juan Flores will bat sixth. Randy DeJesus will bat seventh. He's the right fielder. Jorge Ruiz, the left fielder, will bat eighth, lefty hitter. And Kevin Brueggemann steps into the lineup as the second baseman, batting ninth with the right-hander Chase Shores on the mound. For the Dust Devils, Tri-City in their home whites with the Navy Dust Devil script sweeping across the front. Trimmed in the dusty gold of Tri-City, the Dust Devils take the field. And with that, we'll take our last break. When we come back, first pitch and all the action live here from Pasco. The Dust Devils and the Hops, the first of 6 on the way. This has been the Dust Devils pregame show. Tri-City Dust Devils baseball is next. Tri-City Dust Devils baseball all set to go on a Tuesday night from Geisa Stadium. We greet you, Doug Taylor here at the MILB app, DustDevilsBaseball.com, Valley Sports Live, amongst other places. As Tri-City and the Hillsboro Hops renewing acquaintances for the first time in 2026. The Dust Devils coming off a series in Everett in which they lost 4 of 6, won the Tuesday and Sunday games, so they come off a victory. So too to the Hillsboro Hops, the teams a game apart very early on in the Northwest League first half standings. Tri-City 5-4 coming into the night. Hillsboro 4-5. And with that, right-hander Chase Shores making his Geisa Stadium debut tonight. It'll be his second outing in the pros and for the Dust Devils. Big righty out of Midland, Texas, born in Clovis, New Mexico. And his first outing in Everett in the 17-2 victory. Very solid, 3+ innings. A run on 2 hits, a walk, 5 strikeouts. Really wasn't in much trouble at all in that game. 56 pitches, 39 strikes. Maybe a little more room to work with pitch count-wise. We shall see. As the big right-hander done with his warm-up tosses. Second-round pick out of LSU. And so Tri-City and Hillsboro. First time in 2026, and very glad you're here for it. The Dust Devils defensively across the outfield. Jorge Ruiz in left field, Anthony School in center field, and Randy DeJesus in right field. That's a very common defensive setup, or at least has been most of it for the parts of 2 seasons here in the Northwest League. Slade Caldwell, the center fielder, in the left-hand box. Shores with his toe on the first base side of the rubber, ready to go. First pitch on the way. Fastball missing, 1 ball and no strikes. Xander Huddleston is the home plate umpire tonight. Jacob Ashworth, the man on the bases. They'll rotate throughout the week. The 1-0. Caldwell, a swing and a high pop-up foul on the third base side. Count even at a ball and a strike. Slade so far in 7 games, hitting .227, no homers, 4 RBI, has a double, 2 stolen bases, on-base percentage of .438 though. He's walked 7 times. The 1-1. Pulled in the ground to second. Kevin Brookham in there. He has it. Throws to first in time. 1 out. And for Brookham, he was not originally in the lineup, so a late change putting him in, and he handles his first play of the night, no trouble. The ball finding him, as it seems like it does when you're a late lineup entry. The infield, Jake Monroe at third for Tri-City. The shortstop, Yohan Macias. Again, Kevin Brookham at second. Ryan Nicholson at first. Juan Flores catching Chase Shores tonight. First pitch now to Avery Owusu-Asiedu, right-hand hitting left fielder. It's a fastball for his strike, 0-1. Owusu-Asiedu. And we're going to have that dialed tonight. Takes a fastball for another strike, 0-2. So far in 8 games, a .267 average, a homer and 5 RBI. Large man of the box, 6'4", 245, out of the Milwaukee suburb of Waukesha. Crucial Waukesha, it's known as, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Off speed pitch. Getting Owusu-Asiedu. And Chase Shores has his first strikeout of the night. 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Tri-City and Hillsboro just underway. No score. And up steps the left-hand hitting Trent Youngblood. Youngblood playing right field tonight. Shores ready with the bases empty. First pitch. Change up a little low and outside. 1-0. Chase Shores, a teammate at LSU of Daniel Dickinson, Kennewick High product, now in the Milwaukee Brewers org. They were on the LSU College World Series winning team last year together. The 1-0 swing and a miss. As Shores rocks a fastball by. It can get to triple digits. Don't know if we'll quite see that in the cooler climes and months. But that one rocked in there pretty decently. The 1-1. Pop foul, third base side. 1-2 now the count. Hillsboro, for those not watching on Valley Sports Live, which, by the way, you can watch every game for free there. And you'll get our broadcast during home games. In their navy jerseys, light blue, Hillsboro across the front, the 1-2. Fastball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gray road pants. And the Hillsboro cap matching. I believe it is the Hillsboro H on the front of it with the light blue brim. Navy otherwise. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Shores blasts a fastball by Youngblood. 2 strikeouts for Chase Shores to begin the night. Zeros down the book column. We are underway at Geisa Stadium. The score, the Hillsboro Hops nothing. The Tri-City Dust Devils coming to bat. Chase Shores 1-2-3 through the Hillsboro Hops in the top of the first, so it's Tri-City's turn. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, Eric the Peanut Guy greeting the crowd here at Geisa Stadium. And the Dust Devils looking to get out to an early start. They've had a habit of doing that this year. We'll see at home if they can do it again against right-hander Kyle Ayers of the Hillsboro Hops. Shortstop Yohan Macias will be the leadoff man. Jake Monroe, the third baseman, will follow. Matt Kootenai is the designated hitter, batting third for Tri-City. We'll get to the Hillsboro defensive alignment here in just a moment. First pitch from Ayers. Popped up. Shallow center. Making the call and grabbing it is the shortstop Wallace Clark. For the first out, 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the bottom of the first inning. Yohan Macias off to a good start this year, but he retired to begin this one. The outfield, Avery Owusu-Asiedu, the left fielder. The center fielder, Slade Caldwell. Trent Youngblood is in right field. The infield, Yasel Soler is at third. Mentioned Wallace Clark, the shortstop. So he paused that with Jake Monroe, the third baseman, up. No score, bottom of the first inning. Tri-City and Hillsboro. First pitch from Ayers to Monroe outside. 1 ball and no strikes. As Gerald Neen is the second baseman to continue on with Hillsboro. Davey Marte at first. And Alberto Barriga catching. The 1-0 misses low. 2 balls and no strikes to Jake Monroe. Monroe, 3 homers, 9 RBI in Everett last week, the 2-0. Hit in the air to right center, fairly deep. Ballpark's going to hold it, though, with the wind blowing in from that side and the wind carrying the ball over to right center. On a calmer day, that might have been more straightaway right, but it ends up Trent Youngblood, the right fielder, who makes the catch for out number 2. Balls in the air tonight are going to be interesting, as it is a steady breeze blowing in from the south-southwest, it looks like. 2 up and 2 down for Tri-City. Here in the bottom of the first, Dust Devils and Hops scoreless. As Ayers, who finishes collegiate career at TCU, comes home. It's a fastball in for a strike, 0-1. Kootenai joining the team on the road in Everett, so this is his first game in a home Dust Devils jersey this year. Parts of 4 seasons now for the Dust Devils, the 0-1. Fastball taken, inner half, and it's there 0-2. So Ayers coming into the strike zone. Matt Kootenai 357 in 5 games at Everett Memorial Stadium last week. The 0-2. Breaking ball on a hop grounder right back to Ayers. He will jog toward first and flip it to Davey Marte. They put out 1-3, and it's a very quick bottom of the first inning, and as a result, A very quick first inning overall. Zeros down the book column on the Tri-City side. We go to the second with the score. The Dust Devils nothing. The Hops the same. Again, glad you're here for Dust Devils baseball. Tri-City and Hillsboro, no score. An inning into the contest. Chase Shores for the Dust Devils. Kyle Ayers for the Hops. 1, 2, 3, respective halves of the first inning. And so third baseman Yacel Soler will be the leadoff man here for Hillsboro. And their cleanup man and third baseman. I may have mentioned that already. Geraldine, the second baseman. Brady Council, the designated hitter, will follow on what is refund night here at Geisa Stadium. Fun promotion cooked up by our promotions people. We'll get to the details of that in a moment. As Shores ready, first pitch to Soler. It's outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Yacel Soler last week in the first home run in Hillsboro Hops ballpark history. Brand new, beautiful ballpark, at least I'm told anyway. Sure seems like it. That opened last Tuesday. The 1-0 swing and a miss. Shores running it by, a ball and a strike. And not only was it the first homer in the history of the place, it was the first walk-off homer. It was in the 10th inning to win it for Hillsboro. The 1-1. Fastball taken. It's in there, 1-2. So Soler certainly showing that power. The 1-2. Slider outside, ends up at the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Soler hitting .250 in 9 games. He's one of 2 Hops who has played in all 9 games and now make it 10 in the case of number 10. 2 homers, 11 RBI. He's driven in a quarter of his team's runs, the 2-2. Pop foul, first base side out of play. Into the seats. I believe a young fan's going to get over to that for a souvenir. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Soler. And what is again a breezy and cooler overcast night in the Tri-Cities. The 2-2 outside. Count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Soler listed at 5'11", 230. A stout man on the right-hand side. The payoff now. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Chase Shores going back to the first inning. 1 out in the top of the second. Shores started last year in the rotation for LSU before shifting into a reliever role. And he was prominent in that role. Shores, in fact, on the mound for the final out of the 2025 College World Series, recording it. And then celebrating with his team. Here's Geraldine, the second baseman, left-hand hitter. He takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Our conversation with manager Dan Billardello before this game, he mentioned that he wanted to see his pitchers, Shores, of course, the first one, to attack. He is the 0-1. Hit on the ground is short. Yohan Macias picks it. Throw to first, strong and in time. 2 outs. Dean moving up the line well. And he is retired 6-3. 2 outs in the top of the second. Dust Devils and Hops no score. And that will bring up Brady Council, who is the designated hitter tonight for Hillsboro. First pitch. Fastball taken for strike one. If you heard that name, especially if you're a Chicago Cub fan or even Milwaukee Brewer fan from not that long ago, that Council name, of course, rings a bell. And it is a direct relation. The 0-1. Fastball missing just high that time. See from Juan Flores' reaction, he thought it might have clipped the top part of the zone. A ball and a strike. Brady is the son of Craig Council, the former Milwaukee Brewer and now Chicago Cubs manager from Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. The 1-1. Slider low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Council hitting .250 in 9 games. He's driven in 8 runs. No homers as of yet, as a double. 10th round 2025 pick of the Arizona Diamondbacks, for which his father featured prominently. The 2-1. And slider outside. 3 balls and a strike now the counts to Brady Council. If Council reaches, Alberto Barriga, the catcher, will bat the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Or 2 make it. Goodness me. I was off by a pitch there. Distracted. Count is full. We're not to strike 3 yet. Shores is set, and now the 3-2 coming. Grounder up the line at third, foul. Just left of the line. Brady's dad, Craig, had the distinction of being on 2 different expansion teams that won World Series in their first attempt. The Florida Marlins in 1997, the Diamondbacks in 01. The 3-2 pop-up, first base side. Both Nicholson and De Jesus giving chase. It'll land foul out of play. Count remaining 3-2. Still just 2 strikes on Council. And if memory serves, Craig scored the winning run in the 1997 World Series at Pro Player Stadium in Miami. The 3-2. That's outside. So it is ball 4. And Council will be the first base runner of the night. So that will bring up Alberto Barriga, the catcher. Runner on with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Tri-City and Hillsboro no score. And Barriga in on the right-hand side. Listed at 5'8", 195 out of Tierra Blanca in Mexico. First pitch foul to the first base side, 0-1. Now, if my Spanish, it's not great, but I believe that translates to white land. As the runner going, and now in a rundown is Council, and the tag will be applied by Nicholson, and the inning is over. So Hillsboro, not unlike Everett, trying to get Dust Devil pitching to balk, and they decline to do so, and the rundown ends the inning. So it'll be Barriga to lead things off in the top of the third. The score, Tri-City nothing, Hillsboro nothing, as we go to the bottom of the second here on Valley Sports Live at the MILB app and at DustDevilsBaseball.com. to the bottom of the second inning here at Kisa Stadium. Tri-City in Hillsboro, no score. And Ryan Nicholson, the first baseman, will be the leadoff man against Kyle Ayers. The Hillsboro Hops. The top of the second inning ending in a strange way, in that Brady Council just took off and then was picked off trying to make his way back home to first as Ryan Nicholson, first pitch, shot into left. As the wind blowing it that way and carrying over to get there is the left fielder Avery Owusu-Asiedu. He makes the catch. Quickly one out here in the second. So definitely it seems as though the order has come to get after Ayers early. And by the way, the pickoff to end the last inning, 1-4-3 with Nicholson applying the tag. And so with one out and the bases empty here, bottom two, no score. Hillsboro and Tri-City. Anthony School in. First pitch to the center fielder, misses low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. So teams in the Northwest League seeing some sort of pattern. The 1-0. Fastball, taken for a strike, 1-1. And the Aqua Sox were doing this a couple of different times during that series. Both times the Dust Devils pitcher just stepped off, went to second, easy out. A little bit longer there, but the same pattern, the 1-1. Breaking ball, missing. Close though. 2 balls and a strike. I mentioned the new stadium for Hillsboro. Tri-City will not make it there until June. The 2-1 is low and inside. 3 balls and a strike. It'll be the last road series for the Dust Devils of the first half. That will take them to Hillsboro Hops Ballpark, but looking forward to seeing the new place. As the infield shifting against School, outfield's fairly straight away. 3-1. School, topper, first base line, fair ball, grabbed by the pitcher Ayers, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the 1 unassisted putout. So now 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the second. Dust Devils nothing, Hops nothing. And it is catcher Juan Flores standing in for the Dust Devils. First pitch. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. To wonder if Juan be happy to be home. He had 2 hits in the opening series here. Both of them huge hits for the Dust Devils. Unfortunately went over and Everett, the 1-0. Fastball low. 2 balls and no strikes. So currently Juan 2 for 20 on the year, but a homer and 3 RBI. And we've been over the 2 hits before. The 2-0 pitch. Taken high, 3 balls and no strikes. The first hit opening night in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-run single, giving the Dust Devils the margin they needed in an 8-6 win over Vancouver. Then Saturday night, solo homer early on, 1-0. The Dust Devils won that one, the 3-0. It's high in a 4-pitch walk issued to Flores. So, pattern exactly the same. First 5 retired for both starting pitcher, and then a walk. In this case, a 4-pitch walk to Juan Flores, and he aboard with 2 outs. Randy DeJesus coming to the plate, the right fielder. No score, Dust Devils and Hops. Randy, though, with the pop to hit the ball through the wind and out. First pitch. Fastball, a little high and tight. 1-0. For Randy, it was a tough start to the series in Everett, but it finished well. The 1-0. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. It actually started well, too. His first swing of the series was a 2-run double as Alberto Barriga, the Hillsboro catcher, out to have a word with Kyle Ayers, struggling to find the zone. Hopefully everybody okay down below us. Sounded like something dropped, and It's the sort of night where you can hear most anything drop on the aluminum bleachers in front of us here. You could probably hear the breeze a bit too. It is freshening now. The Stars and Stripes out in left center field. A pretty full wave across from right to left. The 2-0. That's taken for a strike, 2-1. Again, we like to give you the sights and sounds of the game here on Bally Sports Live and MILB Plus. Austin Reardon running camera to my right. The 2-1. And nice ball missing. 3 balls and a strike. The left fielder Jorge Ruiz on deck for the Dust Devils, who are again in the home whites. Navy letters and numbers trimmed in the dusty gold. The 3-1. Foul back, straight back. Huge swing from De Jesus. And so the count full with 2 outs, and that'll mean that Juan Flores will be on his way here. Mentioned the 2-run double to start the series for Randy. He also got his first homer of the year in Everett. A no-doubter straightaway center, 426 feet. As the runner goes, the pitch. It's outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks to Flores and De Jesus. And Tri-City has its first runner in scoring position tonight. And Jorge Ruiz, a man known for being able to make contact. Standing in on the left-hand side. Tri-City nothing, Hillsboro nothing. First and second, 2 out, bottom of the second inning. And here is Jorge. First pitch from Ayers. Low and inside, ball 1. And looking down the left field line toward the Hops bullpen, just about everybody starting to jump around. Trying to find a little warmth on what is a cool evening here in the Mid-Columbia. The 1-0. Breaking ball over the top, and it misses just high. 2 balls and no strikes. Jorge got his first homer of the year in Everett. Had a nice series there. Hit 7 for 21. That's 333. Couple of doubles alongside the homer. So his average of 286 coming into the night. Looking for a place to put one down and at least bring home Juan Flores. Maybe in a gap down the line, could play both. The 2-0. It's low, throw down to first. De Jesus diving back in. He's just in there safely. Did mention, tipped off by Seth Hoyland, one of the voices of the Hillsboro Hops, that Baringa's got a bit of a cannon behind there, and that was apparent. De Jesus, though, able to get back. That 6'4" length aiding him there. 3-0 the count to Ruiz. Kevin Brueggemann coming up. The 3-0 catches the lower part of the zone. 3-1. Of course, if Ruiz is retired, Brueggemann would lead off the third instead. Ayers in the stretch, set at the Hillsboro script, the 3-1. Ruiz slashes a grounder to short. Taking it and getting the out himself is Wallace Clark. And that'll do it for Tri-City. Here in the second, it's a 6 unassisted force out, ending the inning. So no runs, no hits for the Dust Devils, no errors, and 2 are left, and we are through 2. Here in the Tri-Cities, the score, the Dust Devils nothing, the Hops nothing. This is Tri-City Dust Devils baseball. We move to the third inning here at the corner of Burton Boulevard and Home Run Road, a.k.a. Kisa Stadium. The score, Tri-City nothing, Hillsboro nothing. Zeros across both line scores so far in this one. And Alberto Barriga, the catcher, who was in the batter's box when the second inning ended, comes back with a clean count to begin the third. Brady Council picked off to end the second. First pitch to Barriga a second time, and it's a fastball for a strike 0-1. Barriga listed at 5'8", 195. Going with the hoodie underneath the jersey on a cool night. The 0-1 slider swing and a miss. Foul tip, make it into the glove of Juan Flores. 0-2. Dust Devils have had base runners. The Hops have had one as well, so no perfect games on the line. The 0-2 swing and a foul tip again. Maybe make it just a straight swing and a miss. Strike 3. I thought I heard a click either way. Chase Shores racking up the punch-outs. That's his fourth of the game. One out to begin the third. And Shores went 3+ in his first outing, but he's been pretty efficient so far. As the first pitch taken by shortstop Wallace Clark is a strike. It's only 33 pitches so far for Shores on this evening so far. The 0-1. Change up low and in that time. Can't even hit a ball and a strike. Wallace Clark, 6 foot, 195 pounds. Finished his collegiate career at Duke. 9th round 2025 pick. So he and Council back-to-back picks as the 1-1 foul back. 1-2 now the count. Nine-man Modefi Marte on deck. The 1-2 hit in the air to right center. Fairly well, but Randy DeJesus able to get to it as the wind shoving it away from him. 2 outs here in the third. And Modefi Marte, the first baseman, will step up. The first baseman is tonight's King Beverage Beer banner. A man who had 5 hits in a game earlier this year. Feels like the deck is stacked against the fans tonight as the first pitch to Marte in there for a strike 0-1. I know it's not. And we've had nights where we pick guys who were big contact guys and they ended up striking out. 0-1 coming to Marte. Got a 5-hit game earlier in the year. It's low. So the count even had a ball and a strike. I believe the breeze is so strong it's taking the padding off of the walls here at Kisa. It is a breezy one tonight. The pitch, a swing and a foul tip. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. We'll see how long that holds. Marte trying to go through the order without an extra batter involved. Not perfectly, the 1-2. Slider pulled on the ground on 2 outs to third. Jake Monroe backhands, throws to first in time, inning over. So no discounted brew, but Chase Shores facing the minimum through the first 3 innings. That another inning, zeros down the book column. We head to the bottom of the third. Still Tri-City nothing, Hillsboro nothing. And this still Dust Devils baseball. Bottom of the third inning begins at Geisa Stadium with second baseman Kevin Brueggemann ready to stand in. He'll take on the righty Kyle Ayers beginning his third inning of work tonight. No score. The Dust Devils and the Hops, first game of the year between the two. First pitch to Brueggemann. Hit high in the air, pop-up first base side foul territory. Modefi Marte, Alberto Barriga both going over, and it'll land foul just on the very top of the dugout and bounce back. No play. No balls and a strike. As Kevin Brueggemann still looking for his first hit of the year. This is his sixth game. Has a couple of walks, but he's 0 for 11 to start the year. He's had some fine offensive moments as a Dust Devil. The 0-1 over the top curve, and it's there 0-2. Brueggemann hitting a grand slam for, I believe, his first professional homer in Eugene a couple years ago. Had a 2-homer game in Vancouver. The 0-2. Another breaking ball, this time carved foul. First base side out of play. Down in Eugene at PK Park, they're through 2 innings there. It is Eugene 4, Everett nothing. And Eugene at the top of the standings. The 0-2, low and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brueggemann can do a little bit of everything. He can catch, he can play every position on the infield. The 1-2, and a foul straight back. So do it again, 1-2. Probably unlikeliest to see him at shortstop, though it's not impossible, but Brueggemann takes grounders at third. He takes them at second. He's playing second tonight, of course. He was the starting first baseman at Inland Empire by the time they made the postseason last year, and he's been in the outfield, the 1-2. Low and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Hofstra alum, non-drafted free agent by the Angels, a guy who's done a lot in his time in the Halo system. The 2-2 from Ayers. Breaking ball, foul back. Brueggemann seems to be trying to foul that away and look for something to drive. Mentioned it is refund night here at Geisa Stadium. 6 fans getting the chance tonight to have their purchases refunded. The 2-2, a fastball outside. Count full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. That is their purchases here tonight. Both food and merchandise. If they are able to either win one of the contests or be selected, they'll get their money back in a gift card form. The 3-2 misses, ball 4. That's now 3 walks for Kyle Ayers on the night. And the leadoff man aboard, and a guy with pretty decent speed in Brueggemann. Over at first. Back to the top of the order, and Yohan Macias. Shortstop. 0 for 1 so far tonight. No score in the third. Brueggemann a decent lead at first. The pitch. Macias squared to bunt. Did he offer is the question. No, says Jacob Ashworth, the base umpire. So Macias able to pull back in the nick of time. 1 ball and no strikes. First pitch here at Geisa Stadium, 54 degrees. It's been a steady wind throughout the evening. The 1-0. Macias does lay it down. First base side. Barriga gets to it. Throws to first in time for the out. It'll be a successful sacrifice. As Brueggemann advances to second. Boy, if you listen to our pregame conversation with Dan Billardello tonight, he gave you info. There were some pearls there, which included, because of the windiness, that he might be a little more keen on playing small ball, bunting runners over. And we see exactly that, as that will not be charged, of course, to Macias. Sack bunt. 2-3 is the put out. And here's Jake Monroe. First pitch grounded on 3 hops to short. Wallace Clark has it. Throws to first in time. 2 outs. Had to sling that around Macias, who was off of second. Nice play by Clark. Make it 2 outs now on the third. And Jake Monroe 0 for 2. That was it sharply. But could not find a way through. So it'll be up to Matt Kootenai. coming up to the plate with the crew. 2 outs in the third. Brueggemann at second. No score. Dust Devils and Hops. First pitch to Matt. Fastball outer half taken for strike one. This is at first pitch. 54 degrees. Out at Tri-Cities Airport. The wind south-southwest 9 miles an hour. Stronger than that now. The 0-1. Well outside as that tailed away. Count even in a ball and a strike. It is cloudy. In fact, can't really see much of anything sky-wise. Maybe off in the far distance a little, but otherwise just trying to stay dry tonight. The 1-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball low. 2 balls and a strike. I mentioned the Eugene Emeralds out early on the Everett Aqua Sox. Very early today, the Spokane Indians at Avista Stadium in Spokane Valley defeating Vancouver 5-3. The 2-1. Kootenai high in the air to left. Going back, Owusu Asiedu, he's watching, it's leaving. Matt Kootenai riding the wind the opposite way. And Kootenai's got his first homer as a Dust Devil in 2026. RBI 4 and 5. 2-0 Dust Devils here in the third. That's a way to pick up a guy sacrificed to second. Just swatted over the fence. And it is the sort of win tonight. And Kootenai, a man with a lot of experience here, knowing that when the wind blows like this, you can send it the opposite way and it'll fly. So Tri-City on the board first. The base is empty for Ryan Nicholson, who sends the first pitch. He sees foul on the third base side. As Easton Rhodes, game planning strategist, getting me the info. 365 the distance, 103 off the bat. The 0-1. Nicholson swings and misses as the bottom drops out. And his barrel goes over. No balls and 2 strikes. Ryan flew out to left his first time up. He was kind of showing he had the same thought as Matt. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That looked like they curved that time. Barriga hangs on to it. No need to apply the tag. The inning is over. The Dust Devils, though, getting 2 on the homer by Matt Kootenai. 2 runs, a hit. No errors and nobody left. The first hit of the game, giving Tri-City the lead through 3. It's Tri-City 2, Hillsboro nothing, and this is Dust Devils baseball. Off to the 4th inning we go here in Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland. The Dust Devils 2, the Hops nothing on Matt Kootenai's 2-run homer with 2 outs at the bottom of the third. That blast, the only hit of this game so far. Line scores Tri-City 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors. Hillsboro 0s across as we again begin the 4th. Slade Caldwell, the center fielder, will lead things off. Chase Shores has faced the minimum so far. Walked a man who was picked off to end an inning. Only base runner, first pitch. Fastball either high or outside, neither by much. 1 ball and no strikes. Caldwell grounded out to second his first time up. Shores 4 strikeouts in his first time through the order. Jake Monroe playing in at the edge of the grass. The 1-0 a slider inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Caldwell, very good speed in the left-hand box. So Monroe was certainly weary of a possibility of a bunt there for a bit. He backs up a couple steps now, the 2-0. Fastball, outer half, taken for strike 1. And Caldwell out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. Drafted out of high school, still just 19 years old. He was the man who knocked Juan Flores out of his seat as the youngest player in the league. The 2-1, a fastball missing high. 3 balls and a strike. He is still younger than Juan Flores. Funny how that works. By about 4 months, actually a little over 4 months. So he'll be 20 later in the year. The 3-1. Fastball on the inside edge, bringing the count full, 3-2. Caldwell, Avery Owusu-Asiedu, and Trent Youngblood, the 3 outfielders at the top of Mark Reed's order tonight. The pitch. Caldwell grounded to third. Jake Monroe's got it. Throw is low, but picked by Nicholson for the outs. 1 down. And Monroe pointing in thanks to Nicholson for making the play. And that brings Avery Owusu-Asiedu to the plate. 1 out, the base is empty here in the 4th. 2-0, Tri-City leading. And Shores set. First pitch from Chase. Taken for a strike. Owusu-Asiedu struck out on an off-speed pitch. His first time up, the 0-1. Fastball in there, 0-2. Shores has kept Hops hitters off balance. They have not looked particularly comfortable against him. It's still early on in this game, though it's his 4th inning now. The pitch. It's low. That was the change. Owusu-Asiedu, I think, was waiting for that. Let it go low. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Hit in the air to right center and well. Going back, Anthony School, and shy of the warning track, he makes the catch for out number 2. Think the wind might have kept that one in the ballpark. Owusu-Asiedu crushed that ball. But the wind is blowing that way, and he cut it right into that breeze, which probably knocked it down. So 2 outs, the base is empty here in the 4th. 2-0, the Dust Devils in front. And Trent Youngblood, the right fielder, up. First pitch to the lefty, taken for strike 1. Fastball inner half. So Shores working ahead. The 0-1. Check swing, did he offer? Yes, he did, says Jacob Ashworth, the base umpire. 0-2. So Shores looking to complete a quick 4th. The 0-2 is outside, just missing. A ball and 2 strikes. I mentioned Shores ended up a reliever last year, but going multiple innings. Kind of a long reliever, but deployed whenever needed. The 1-2 shot down the left field line, slicing foul. Ended up a few feet foul, but certainly, if you're a Hillsboro fan and your manager Mark Reed, you like the thought there, trying to slash that the opposite way. Okay. Apparently, the home run by Matt Kootenai was declared a Boughton bomb. So that promotion from Boughton Construction. Fan going home with some money tonight. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That had some major movement in on the hands of Youngblood. Chase Shores, his 5th strikeout of the night. He is rolling now. It is, if you count the pickoff, again, he's the only man who's been aboard Brady Council back in the 2nd. Otherwise, it's all outs. Zeros down the book column again to the bottom of the fourth. Dust Devils 2, Hops nothing. Thanks for tuning in to Dust Devils Baseball tonight. Going to the bottom of the fourth. Here in the Mid-Columbia, Tri-City 2, Hillsboro nothing the score. Anthony School, the center fielder, will be the leadoff man for the Dust Devils in the home whites. He'll be followed by catcher Juan Flores and right fielder Randy DeJesus as they work against Kyle Ayers, starter going into his fourth inning of work. First pitch from Ayers. Low and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Again, Kyle Ayers, he's given up 1 hit tonight. So it's not as if he's been that far off. He does have 3 walks on the evening. But that 1 hit, a 2-run homer as the 1-0 ends up behind School. 2 balls and no strikes. Ayers looking over at the dugout on the first base side. I think more getting ribbed than anything else. No animosity there. I think Ayers just lost track of one. There was no message intended. The 2-0. That curveball breaking over for strike 1. There was an incident in Everett. Jose Geraldo had words with a couple of different Dust Devils toward the end of his outing. The 2-1. Another pitch that just missed high and in. 3 balls and a strike. School grounded out to Ayers his first time up. It was soft to the right side. Ayers grabbed it and just ran to the base himself for the out. The 3-1. Pulled sharply foul up the first base and right field line into the Tri-City bullpen. A full count to School. And Havana native, now lives in Miami these days. The 3-2. School on the ground on 2 outs to first. Modefi Marte has it. He calls off Ayers, and he'll take it to the bag himself. So School 0 for 2, 2 force outs at the first base bag from 2 different people. This time it is Marte, 3 unassisted. One out, bottom of the fourth. Dust Devils leading Hillsboro 2-0 on the 2-run homer by Matt Kudney. And catcher Juan Flores will come up. He walked in the bottom of the second, was the first base runner of the night for Tri-City. The first pitch to him. Topper, left side of the infield. Ayers can't get it. Bare hand throw to first. Clever attempt by Soler to try to get the out, but it's the old swinging bunt for Juan Flores. And he has the second hit of the night for the Dust Devils. Got a full swing. Didn't get more than probably 50, 55 feet. Looks like a line drive in the scorebook, they say. As with 1 out, a man on for Randy DeJesus, the right fielder. 2-0 Tri-City in the fourth. First pitch. Swing, and he did. DeJesus, he's rung up by Xander Huddlesworth, the home plate umpire. No balls and a strike. Full count walk drawn by DeJesus in his first plate appearance. The 0-1. A grounder on 2 hops to second. A flip to second for 1. Throw to first in time. Double play. So that will do it for Tri-City here in the fourth. 4-6-3, the double play, and that closes things out. No runs. We'll wait on something here, in fact, and nobody left. Through 4, Tri-City 2, Hillsboro nothing. This is Dust Devils baseball. We head to the 5th inning at Geisa Stadium. The Tri-City Dust Devils 2. The Hillsboro Hops nothing, and Chase Shores looking to get 3 outs and be the pitcher a record to the good for Tri-City. Of course, in their last game, Jefferson Vargas going 6 innings and getting the first starting pitching win of the season. And so Shores trying to be the second, but it's just a 2-0 game. Bloop and blast territory, and the runs on the board are home run involved. 2-run over by Matt Cooney in the 3rd. Yacel Soler, the 3rd baseman, leads things off. First pitch from Shores, it's a chopper on 2 hops up the middle. Kevin Brueggemann has it at second, throws to first in time, 1 out. So 4-3 is the grounder on the chop up the middle. And so with 1 out and the bases empty here in the 5th, the second baseman, Gerald Neen. N-I-N, but en Espanol, pronounced Neen. He's standing in. Light blue gloves to go with the navy jersey. First pitch, a swing and a miss. Maybe a foul tip into the glove of Juan Flores on his slider. Grounded out to short his first time up. The 0-1. Low and inside. Count even at a ball and a strike. Chase Shores just now nearing 60 pitches. The 1-1. Mean high fly ball or pop up really 3rd base side, curving away. Shores ready, the 1-2. Fastball high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just to be clear, to, I guess, complete the record on the 4th inning, was indeed an infield single for Juan Flores with 1 out in the 4th. So the line scores 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Tri-City, 0s for Hillsboro. The 2-2, a swing and a miss, strike 3. Pitch with some drop. Chase Shores putting another strikeout on the board, make it 6 for him on the night. 2 outs in the 5th. And so far, the only man to reach base for Hillsboro. Designated hitter Brady Council. Stands in righty on righty. With 2 outs and the base is empty. First pitch to Council, a swing and a miss at a slider, 0-1. Fair to say Chase Shores is dealing tonight. The only question is, how many pitches can he throw? That is, what is his pitch count and limit tonight? As young arms build the 0-1. Cutter, it's there 0-2. Right now, it seems like he's feeling just about everything. And it was Council who drew a 2-out walk in the bottom of the 2nd that was picked off trying to grab second. The 0-2. It's low and outside. A changeup. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is, Council just took off for second. Shores was not even into his motion yet. Maybe trying to induce a balk. We've seen now both Everett and Hillsboro try to do that against Dust Devils pitchers, but Tri-City just calmly stepping off, throwing to second, and getting the out. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the slider. 7 strikeouts for Chase Shores tonight through 5 innings of work. Absolutely stellar stuff for the man from Midland, Texas. Zeros down the book column. We're halfway through and official as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Tri-City 2, Hillsboro nothing. This is Dust Devils baseball. Moving to the bottom of the 5th here in Pasco. Tri-City 2, Hillsboro nothing. Jorge Ruiz will be the leadoff man as Kyle Ayers beginning a 5th inning of work. Starter again. He's maybe had a little more work than Chase Shores has, but has been pretty sharp for the Hops. 2 runs given up on 1 swing, just 2 hits in 4 innings of work. Jorge Ruiz, 0 for 1 against him. First pitch. Breaking ball, it's there, 0-1. Ayers starting the pro career last year. Between 3 stops, started in the complexes, then went to Visalia. Finished here with Hillsboro. The 0-1 popped high in the air. Foul third base side out of play, 0-2. And by here, I mean literally here at Giesa Stadium for the Hillsboro Hops. 2 outings in the final series of the season. Those coming in relief, and now Ayers part of the Hillsboro rotation. As he nods in, and Alberto Barriga, the catcher. The 0-2 to Ruiz. Pop-up foul. Just to our left and above us. Count still 0-2. We did have a ball come in the booth. It came right into my little window here last year, and I just straight got out of the way. Not even a thought of catching that. The 0-2. It's low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think if it happens again, I'm going to try to make a play for it. But that time it was just nope. I had pencil in hand. I did not have enough time to drop everything and make a catch. It's just too close. And Ruiz, an inning-ending force out to end the bottom of the 2nd. The 1-2. Breaking ball, Ruiz, right center. That's going to get down on a hop in front of Slade Caldwell. Jorge Ruiz has his first hit of the night. 3rd hit for the Dust Devils. So the leadoff man aboard to begin the 5th. So I think substitute music man, I don't know who's running that. Oh, sorry, excuse me, Melissa Talinsky over there, not substitute music person. Our number 1. Well, number 2. DJ Brad Prescott not with us tonight as the first pitch to Kevin Brueggemann, low and outside, 1-0. She's usually to the left running scoreboard. I'm a little out of sorts, but her music choices are throwing off Patrick Harvey, our public address announcer. The 1-0, Brueggemann lays down a bunt in front of the plate. Ayers has it. He'll grab and throw to first for the out. Second sacrifice bunt by the Dust Devils tonight. And so that a 1-3 out. And Yohan Macias, the man who had the first sack bunt of the night, and the third will come up. So Brueggemann still 0 for 0, 2 plate appearances. And now with 1 out, Jorge Ruiz in scoring position. See if Macias can find a way to get Ruiz in. Tri-City 2, Hillsboro nothing. Man at second. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. First pitch. It's low, 1-0. There is action in the Tri-City bullpen. It does look as though Chase Shores is going to be done for the night after 5. Kind of wondered again where the pitch count may be, and it's probably in the neighborhood of where Shores is. But he is the pitcher of record, the 1-0. Macias, grounder, fair up the first base line. Modefi Marte has it. He'll take it to the bag himself for the second out. And on the play, Jorge Ruiz will advance to third. That was right on the first base line, hopped over the bag. Jorge Ruiz now 0 for 2 on the evening. 2 outs in the 5th, 2-0 Dust Devils. Ruiz at third, Jake Monroe at the plate. Jake 0 for 2 so far this evening. First pitch from Ayers. Hit in the air, down the right field line, slicing toward the Dust Devil bullpen. There'll be no play. It'll go foul out of play, actually. Through the wind, in fact. No balls and a strike. Monroe last time up, grounded out to short. Looking for a hit here to extend the Tri-City lead. And who provided it, Matt Kootenai on deck. The 0-1. Monroe, blooper into center. Caldwell running in, diving attempt. He can't get it. Just underneath his glove. Ruiz scores. Monroe into second with a double. 3-0 Tri-City. So Monroe gets it done. He picks up his 10th RBI of the year. And it's, again, Dust Devils 3, Hops nothing here in the 5th. Caldwell with 2 outs, committing to the dive. Very understandably so. Monroe getting likely an extra base as a result, and he in scoring position. Well, the man who had a 2-run homer his last time up. First pitch. Ayers, fastball, either high or outside, close but no. 1 ball and no strikes. Fly ball riding the breeze out over the left field wall. Gone over the old fence as well. Hit off the front slope of the maintenance shed. The 1-0. Kootenai on the ground, through and into left center. Dan Billardello giving Jake Monroe the wave. As the throw will come in on a hop to second, Monroe scores. 4-0 Dust Devils. And Matt Kootenai's got a 3 RBI night going. Kootenai scalding one to left center on the grounds. And the Dust Devil lead now for Ryan Nicholson, the man at the plate. And there's action now in the Hillsboro bullpen. First pitch. Nicholson takes it high, 1-0. Can't quite tell who that is throwing down the left field line for the Hops. It's a right-hander, that I can tell you. The 1-0. Nicholson, big swing. He fouls it straight back, a ball and a strike. Nicholson is flown out to left, struck out swinging. As Ayers set the 1-1. Low and outside, ball 2. This one's gotten a little bit away from Ayers here in the 5th. It's not pitched badly today by any stretch of the imagination, but the 2-run homer in the 3rd, and now Tri-City with a couple of hits, bringing in 2 runs here with 2 outs in the 5th, the 2-1. Nicholson, that's through the left side. 4th hit of the inning for the Dust Devils as Kootenai pulls in at second. And with that, Mark Reed is out of the dugout for the Hops. And it looks as though Kyle Ayers has reached the end of the line tonight. Have not seen the official signal yet, but it is now made by Reed, and we have a pitching change. So we'll step aside. with 2 on, 2 out in the 5th, and 2 in. The score, Tri-City 4, Hillsboro nothing. And more on the new right-hander when we come back here at Valley Sports Live, the MILB app, and DustDevilsBaseball.com. Big right-hander Sam Knowlton into the game for the Hillsboro Hops, a familiar foe of the Dust Devils. 12th round 2023 pick of the Arizona Diamondbacks, finishing his collegiate career at South Alabama from Warrior, Alabama. 6'8", 260. And he's still in the Hillsboro pen. He'll take on Anthony School to start off his night. First and second, 2 outs, 2 in, 4-0 Tri-City. And the first pitch to School, missing outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Kyle Ayers done after 4 2/3 innings. He has so far given up 4 runs, all earned on 6 hits. He's responsible for the 2 men on base as well. The 1-0 low and inside. Actually, I think it hit School. It did. Caught him on the back foot. So he is hit on the right foot by the pitch from Knowlton. And the bases are loaded for Tri-City. All this damage done with 2 outs in the 6th. The rally did not begin with 2 outs. Started with a leadoff single from Jorge Ruiz, but then with 2 outs. Double, single, single. Now a hit by pitch. And Juan Flores up with the bases loaded. He's the 8th man to the plate in the inning. 4-0 Tri-City. First pitch. Juan rips it down the left field line. Fair ball! Fair ball landing on the line. Cooney scores. Nicholson scores. School in the 3rd. 2-run double. Juan Flores. 6-0 Tri-City. Flores pulled a pitch straight down the line, and it just, and I mean just, hit fair. That's Juan's second 2-run hit here at Kisa Stadium this year. Juan Flores has 3 hits, make it 4 hits actually now, because he had an infield single his last time up on the season. 3 of them bringing in runs as the first pitcher, Randy DeJesus, misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The 3 run scoring hits, a solo homer, and 2 doubles. The pitch. DeJesus pops it foul. 1-0. Beg your pardon. 1 was a single, I believe, and either way. One bringing in 2. 4 have scored in the inning. The pitch low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. That also closes the book officially on Kyle Ayers, as the 2 runners who are his responsibility both score. So it is 6 runs earned on 6 hits. And on the scorebook, it doesn't look great. 6, 6, 6 right next to each other. Don't care for it. 2 balls and a strike to DeJesus. Knowlton home, a fastball high. 3 balls and a strike. Both games active in the Northwest League right now. Both high scores to the home side. Eugene now leading Everett 7-0 bottom of the 4th at PK Park. The 3-1 on the inside edge, and the count full 3-2 now. 3-2. It's low, ball 4. So the bases are again loaded. And not only that, the Dust Devils have officially batted around. Ruiz getting his second plate appearance of the inning. He started things off with a single to right center. Now he faces Knowlton. Of course, he faced Kyle Ayers to begin the frame. 6-0 Dust Devils, 2 outs in the 5th. First pitch from Knowlton, a fastball in for a strike, 0-1. Tri-City really has an opportunity to utterly burst the dam or open the floodgates. The 0-1. Off speed on the outside corner, 0-2. You have School at third. Flores at second. And De Jesus at first. The 0-2 to Jorge. Well outside. Barriga doing a great job just to get a glove to it and slow it down. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The last 6 men have reached for Tri-City, all with 2 outs. The pitch. Ruiz fouls it away in the netting above the Hobbs dugout on the third base side. Still 1-2. Nick Jones, the left-hander, back to the Dust Devils. Just trying to stay warm out there in right field down the line. Looks like he'll have the 6th. The 1-2. Ruiz again fouling it. Just getting a piece, topping it to the third base side of the backstop. It's Jorge battling here. And what was a very tight game coming into this bottom of the 5th inning. Again, really one hit from being a blowout. The 1-2. Again, Ruiz lines one foul. Kids ready for Dusty's Dash. And a souvenir available down there. The kids will get in their first sprint of the week. That'll be good for them. Keep them a bit warm. Knowlton again sent. And another 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Ruiz, grounder, first baseline. That will be foul. Just to the right of the outside of the runner's lane. This is quite the battle between these two. As this will be the 8th pitch of this at bat. The pitch. Ruiz, grounder, first baseline. He'll see a 9th. As he tops that one foul. Really making Knowlton work, and bullpen action beginning as another right-hander begins to loosen for Hillsboro. The hope was that Sam Knowlton would get 1 out and call it an inning. They 1-2 again. Topped, foul. Foul, it was in the box. Barriga trying to grab it and throw to first, but cannot. Of course, he wouldn't have to force it home plate as well. The board says 1-2. I believe the count is actually 2-2. Either way, Knowlton home. It's low, knocked down by Barriga. He'll get to it and hold things in place. Xander Huddlesworth, the home plate umpire, getting a new load of baseballs. This is now the 11th pitch of the at-bat. As Knowlton comes set, glove near his chin, the pitch. Top foul. What a battle now between Ruiz and Knowlton. A dozen pitches between the two with the bases loaded. Here is number 12. Ruiz high in the air to left. Owusu Asiedu to the warning track makes the catch, and the inning is over. Man, that would have been something if Ruiz had ended that clash with the grand slam. Instead, he flies out to the warning track and left, and the inning is over. But what about those Tri-City Dust Devils in the bottom of the 5th? They score 4 runs in the frame on count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. No errors. 3 are lefts. We go to the 6th. Nick Jones taking over. Dusty's dash on the go thanks to our friends at Pizza Hut. The score. Tri-City 6, Hillsboro nothing. You're tuned in to Dust Devils Baseball. The big lefty, Nick Jones, out of Johns Creek, Georgia, enters 4 in the Tri-City Dust Devils. As we begin the 6th inning with the score, Tri-City 6, Hillsboro nothing. Hello again, Doug Taylor joining you for Dust Devils Baseball tonight. Here at DustDevilsBaseball.com, the MILB app, and Bally Sports Live, amongst other places. Chase Shore's night is done in what will probably be controversial for some. We'll get to why in a moment. The first pitch to Alberto Barriga, the catcher's outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Chase Shores leaves, having thrown 5 no-hit innings. He walked 1 and struck out 7. A brilliant performance. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Big cut from Barriga. He comes up empty. A ball and a strike. Chase Shores threw 65 pitches tonight. 45 for strikes. The 1-1. Fouled straight back. So the count now 1-2. So Shores now perhaps the second leg in a combined no-hitter attempt. And we've discussed this before. Now we're discussing it again. I will not hide that knowledge from you. The 1-2. Barriga pops it foul. Out of play on the first base side. Still 1-2. I do not believe in broadcaster jinxes or announcer jinxes. The men on the field will decide this. My words cannot cause anything. The 1-2. Pop up. Behind home plate. Juan Flores tracking, getting near the warning track. It'll end up foul. Landing foul, but it got spinning away from him, which again, looking in the wind, although maybe that shifted a little bit now, almost more southerly. Maybe a little bit of a move in the wind direction, causing that pop-up to spin a bit differently. Still 1-2 to Barriga, who struck out swinging his first time up. Chase Shores faced the minimum through 5 innings, 15 batters. The 1-2. Breaking ball, little fister. Shallow center. Yohan Macias, the shortstop, makes the catch for out number 1. That will bring up Wallace Clark, the shortstop. Tri-City 6, Hillsboro nothing. Bases empty, 1 out in the 6th. Dust Devils with a 2-run homer by Matt Cooney in the 3rd. 4 runs all brought in with 2 outs in the 5th to stretch the lead. First pitch from Jones. Taken for a strike 0-1. Clark on the right-hand side now, switch hitter. As Jones getting in his first high A action of the year. He was here in Pasco getting ready to begin the season when the call came to go to AAA Salt Lake, the 0-1. Fastball outside. A ball and a strike. 2 outings for Nick at AAA. He took a loss. Unfortunately, it did not go well. He gave up 8 runs, 7 earned on 5 hits. The 1-1. Just outside, 2 balls and a strike. Believe one of those outings, at least one, if not both, came in Reno, which is a notorious pitcher's park. Indeed it is. He gave up a grand slam that night, if memory serves. The 2-1. Clark, grounder to the left side on 2 hops, fielded by Jake Monroe. Throw to first in time, 2 outs. That'll bring up the 9-man in the order, the first baseman Modefi Marte. 2 outs in the 6th. Dust Devils leading 6-0. And Marte, who grounded out to third his first time up, standing in. Righty against the lefty, Nick Jones. First pitch. Fastball high, 1-0. Jones wearing the number 27, 6'7". 210 pounds. 27 years old as of late January. Again, out of Johns Creek, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, the 1-0. It's low. 2 balls and no strikes. Crowd hoping for perhaps a discounted brew at Modefi Marte's expense, the 2-0. Hit sharply on the ground is short, but Yohan Macias there. Throw to first in plenty of time, and it's another 1-2-3 inning. This time Nick Jones doing the job for the Dust Devils. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left as it has been for 6 consecutive innings. Only a walk with 2 outs in the 2nd. So far the base running for Hillsboro. We go to the bottom of the 6th with the score. The Dust Devils 6, the Hops nothing. This is Tri-City Dust Devils baseball. Pitching change for the Hillsboro Hops. They send right-hander Billy Corcoran to the mound. Third pitcher of the night for the Hops. Corcoran, another guy with some experience for Hillsboro. As Kevin Brueggemann, first pitch, hit on a hop to third. Grabbed there by Yacel Soler. His throw to Modefi Marte at first in time. And very quickly went out to begin the 6th. Kevin Brueggemann now 0 for 1 on the night. A walk and a run scored and a sac bunt to his credit, but he retired 5-3 there. Back to the top of the order, and the shortstop Yohan Macias. 6-0 Dust Devils as Corcoran comes home with a pitch missing low. 1-0, Billy Corcoran also listed at 6'7". It's just a bunch of tall guys pitching tonight. The 1-0. Macias out on the left center. Wind carrying out to Slade Caldwell, and he'll make the catch for the second out. Kyle Ayers, the starter for the Hops, listed at 6'1". He's the shortest man to pitch tonight in this game, and he's still well above average height-wise. Not a short man at all. 2 outs and the base is empty here in the bottom of the 6th. 6-0 Dust Devils. First pitch to Jake Monroe, squares to bunt, lays a beauty down the third base side. Grabbed by Corcoran, throw to first in time. Nice bunt by Monroe, well played by Corcoran. And the 1-3 put out on the bunt ends a quick 6th inning. Zeros down the buck column and off to the 7th we travel. Tri-City 6, Hillsboro nothing. And again, you're tuned in to Tri-City Dust Devils Baseball. Nick Jones coming back out to begin the 7th, second inning of work for him after Chase Shores' 5 beautiful innings. We start the 7th with the score, Tri-City 6, Hillsboro nothing. And the line scores as follows: Tri-City 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Hillsboro no runs, no hits, no errors. 6 no-hit innings combined between Shores and Jones so far. Slade Caldwell, though, good hitter at the plate. First pitch to the left-hander. In there for a strike 0-1 as it's lefty on lefty. Nick Jones working against Slade Caldwell. Caldwell 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second into third. The pitch. Slider outside. A ball and a strike. Lights in full effect here. Still can see the Horse Heaven Hills far off in the distance. They are there, though a bit of a whisper now. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and a breaking ball 1-2. It'll be Caldwell, Avery Owosu-Asiedu, the left fielder, and Trent Youngblood, the right fielder, scheduled for Mark Reed's side. Tri-City pitching has faced the minimum in this game so far, the 1-2. Off the end of the bat, foul. Another 1-2 pitch upcoming. And the offense, if you're just joining us, and welcome if you are. 2-run homer by Matt Kootenai in the 3rd. A 4-run, 2-out rally in the 5th, the 1-2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Only base runner so far for Hillsboro, Brady Council, the designated hitter. A 2-out walk in the 2nd. He was picked off shortly thereafter. The 2-2. Little jam shot pop-up, third base side. Well out of play. Again, 2-2. It's a good amount of the bullpen kind of standing around for Tri-City out there. Again, trying to keep moving and fight the cool evening here. The pitch. Fastball outside, and the count full 3-2. This has been a bit of a battle between Jones and Caldwell. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, got him with a fastball. Jones blows it by. His first strikeout of the night, and an out to begin the 7th. It was an 8-pitch at bat, so again, solid work by a man who's very good and adept at getting on base. But Jones denies him. 1 out of the 7th. 6-0 Dust Devils. The base is empty. And here's Avery Owosu-Asiedu. First pitch well outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Owusu-Asiedu playing his collegiate ball at SIU Edwardsville. We've talked about that here earlier this year, the 1-0. Hit high in the air, deep to left. Having a look and watching is Jorge Ruiz, and there is the first hit of the night for Hillsboro, and it is long gone. No-hitter, shutout gone in 1 swing. As Owusu-Asiedu launches that one well out of here. 107 was the exit velocity on it. 4:01 the distance. And the score now, Tri-City 6, Hillsboro 1 here in the 7th. So the thoughts of a combined no-hitter done, and Owusu Asiedu got all of that for sure. Base is still empty, though. Still a 5-run lead for Tri-City as Trent Youngblood in. First pitch lefty on lefty. Fastball inner half for a strike, 0-1. And no hitters, regardless of how many pitchers are involved, they're difficult. That's why they don't happen that often. The 0-1, grounded on 2 hops to second. Kevin Brueggemann has it. Throws to first in time, 2 outs. That'll bring up third baseman Yasel Soler. Righty against the lefty Jones. Soler, a strikeout and a ground out to second. First pitch from Jones. Taken for strike 1. And fastball, slider. More stuff for Jones to work with. The 0-1, fastball outside. Count even at a ball and a strike. As the big lefty ready, the 1-1 slider inside that time. 2 balls and a strike. I do need to credit Seth Hoyland, one of the voices of the Hillsboro Hops, for letting me know about all the data that can be found in the MLB research stuff as the 2-1, a swing and a miss to bring the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Unfortunately, not all of it available to fans just yet, but I'm sure in time. But live pitch data, all sorts of stuff there. The pitch pulled sharply, foul on the third base side toward the Hillsboro bullpen. Jones will take a moment to clear the dirt from his cleats behind the mound and also have a grab at the rosin bag. So we're a strike from the stretch here in Pasco. The 2-2. Hit sharply on the ground up the middle. Kevin Brueggemann backhands it behind the bag. Throw to first in time. Nice play by Kevin Brueggemann to end the inning. His middle infield mate Yohan Macias saluting him. As Brueggemann handling that beautifully and getting a strong throw off to end the inning. That one will get a star on the card. And it's time for us now to stretch here at Kisa Stadium. Again, though, the no-hitter over on the long solo blast by Avery Owusu Asiedu. A run, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. So we go to the bottom of the 7th with the score now. Tri-City 6, Hillsboro 1. This is Dust Devils baseball. On our way to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Kisa Stadium. Tri-City 6, Hillsboro 1 the score. Designated hitter Matt Kootenai will be the leadoff man for the Dust Devils in their home white, navy, and dusty gold. It's technically a beige. Long-time colors of the Tri-City Dust Devils as Billy Corcoran brings in a pitch for a strike, 0-1. Changeup catching the bottom part of the zone. The 0-1. It's there for strike 2. Hearing fans get on the umpire's case, but looking at the live data, it looks as though both of those were strikes. The 0-2. That fastball missing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cooney, a 2-run homer in the 3rd, single in the 5th. He's driven in 3 of the Dust Devils 6 tonight. The 1-2. That's low and inside. A little bit of hopscotch from Kootenai to get out of the way. Maybe more double dutch than hopscotch. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Corcoran winds and fires. Change up, pull down the right field line, hooking foul. Toward what are now considered the old batting cages here at Kisa Stadium, though players still can get work in them before the game. During the game now, that's where the fastest pitch contest happens. The 2-2. Breaking ball low in the count full, 3-2. That presented by D-Bat of the Columbia Basin. New indoor batting cage on the 3rd base side this year. The payoff. Changeup fouled away. High in the air on the 3rd base side. Haven't even gotten to the parent club or the rest of the Angels organization tonight. Parent club 7-1. They down the Yankees in the Bronx tonight. The 3-2. It's low, ball 4. Kootenai draws a walk and is aboard for the 3rd time this evening. So he makes his way down to first. And that will bring up Ryan Nicholson, the first baseman. Dust Devils 6, Hops 1. Leadoff man aboard to begin the 7th. The first delivery as Nicholson was square to bunt. Pulls back, a pitch coming at him out of the way. 1-0. Every inning in which the Dust Devils have gotten the leadoff man aboard tonight, they have scored. Of course, they've only scored in 2 innings, but they've done it here again in the 7th. The 1-0. That taken for a strike. 1-1. Stadium radar gun seems to be frozen on 96 miles an hour. That did not make it there in that speed. The 1-1. Nicholson, fly ball right center. Going over Trent Youngblood, the right fielder. He'll catch it in the gap for the first out, and Kootenai will hurry back to first as the throw comes in a little offline. One out now in the 7th. In Tri-City 6, Hillsboro 1. Center fielder Anthony School will come to the plate. As he does that, Cathal K, the right-hander, throwing in the bullpen for the Dust Devils. Again, the man once known as Cathal Key because it turned out we weren't pronouncing his name right. First pitch. Low, 1 ball and no strikes. We were doing that for 3 years and had no idea. This is a young player, came to him in 2023. Asked him if his name was pronounced Cathal Key, and he said yes. He was a kid, he didn't know any better. The 1-0. School, a grounder on 2 outs to second. A flip to second for 1. Throw to first in time. Double play. 4-6-3, the double play. Second one of the night. Turned by the Hops. And Tri-City down in the minimum despite the walk here in the 7th. Zeros down the book column. It goes. We've said that a lot tonight. We go to the 8th. 6-1. Tri-City in front, and Cathal K coming to the mound to try to get 3, if not the final 6 outs of this one. Again, thanks for checking out Dust Devils baseball tonight. Righty Cathal Kane taking over to begin the 8th inning, with the Tri-City Dust Devils leading the Hillsboro Hops 6-1. Nick Jones going 2 innings for Tri-City. Gave up just a run on a hit. It was a solo homer in the 7th that ended the no-hit bid for Tri-City. No walks, a strikeout. And so Kay being asked to get, again, maybe 3, maybe 6 outs. My guess would be that the plan would be to have him cover the rest of this one if all goes well. By the way, for Nick Jones, 31 pitches, 20 strikes. And now it is Kay, who has a win to his credit this year. First pitch comes to Gerald Neen, the second baseman. It comes in low. 1 ball and no strikes. And Kay's ERA, small sample size, a bit higher than he'd like. 14.29 coming into the ninth. The 1-0. Big swing and a miss at a big fastball. A ball and a strike. Key is, I did it again. Kay, his last time out here at Kisa Stadium, gave up 4 runs, but got the win. The 1-1 fastball rocked in there for strike 2. Might have, according to the pitch tracking, been a touch low, but got the call. As Gerald Neen is struck out and grounded out to short tonight, 0 for 2. The 1-2. Slider outside. Or maybe a curve that flattened a bit. 2-2 now. Brady Council, the designated hitter, on deck. As the 2-2 comes in. It's outside. A little low as well. 3-2. So far for Hillsboro tonight, 2 base runners. Council, who drew a 2-0 walk in the second, and the solo homer by Owosu Asiedu. Avery Owosu Asiedu, the 3-2. Fastball, low and in, ball 4. No, right there, strike 3, beg your pardon. New umpires, the signal fooled me there. And so Neen is down on strikes. By the way, if you look at the pitch tracking, it's right there. It's a perfect pitch. Neen can hardly believe it, but looks like it was there. 1 out here on the 8th, and Kay is strikeout. Here is Brady Council. First pitch. Fastball. High that time. 1-0. Yeah, again, naked eye. I thought it may have been in for ball 4, but Xander Huddleston, beg your pardon, brings him up. The 1-0. That's high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. No doubt about that. That was well off. His Council, the walk in the second. Again, he was picked off not long afterwards. Just took off for second. The 2-0. That misses inside. 3 balls and no strikes. He also struck out swinging. He was the final batter to face Chase Shores in this game, the righty, who was outstanding. The 3-0. That is outside, ball 4. So second walk of the night drawn by Brady Council. And a 4-pitch walk as he makes his way down to first. And Alberto Barriga, the catcher, will stand in. Before that, though, Juan Flores out to have a word. Yohan Macias and Cathal Kay, 3 Venezuelans having a conversation out there on the mound. So here is Barriga. As Kay working from the stretch. First pitch, swing and a miss. Just straight gas. Blowing by, 0-1. As Council extending the lead a bit, the 0-1. Little half swing pop-up Foul over the first base side, 0-2. As K-Sen again, the two-strike pitch. Grounder pulled to third. Monroe to second for one. Brueggemann the throw to first. In time, double play. They turn it around the horn, 5-4-3. Monroe, Brueggemann, Nicholson. Turnabout fair play this time for the Dust Devils in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left for the 7th time in 8 innings tonight. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Tri-City 6, Hillsboro 1. This is Dust Devils baseball. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning with the score. Tri-City 6, Hillsboro 1. And this Dust Devils baseball. Juan Flores, the catcher. He will lead things off against Billy Corcoran, who continues on. Waiting to get you tonight's official attendance as well as the first pitch to Flores. Breaking ball missing outside, 1-0. The next delivery, outside, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0, outside. 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0, Flores taking fastball down the middle. 4 strike 1, watching all the way. The 3-1 now. Another fastball, it's there again, and the count full 3-2. Let's play the attendance game for the first time this year. We've not done it. Let's start now. The 3-2, swing and a miss. Flores, huge cut. Corcoran gets the fastball by, and 1 down on strikes to begin the 8th. So for Flores, really good night. First time he's been retired, as it seems as though he'll end up 2 for 3 with 2 runs driven in. That's a pretty good night at the plate. Here's Randy DeJesus, first pitch to Randy. Fastball for strike 1. DeJesus is 0 for 1. He has walked twice tonight. The next delivery. Grounder, third base line, fair! Inside the line, rolling toward the left field corner. DeJesus pulling into second. He's got a 1-out double. Hard grounder getting past Yelcel Soler, just out of his reach. And so DeJesus has his first hit of the night. Tri-City looking to maybe put just a little more distance between themselves and the Hops. The attendance game. Chipper Jones, so by the way, just so we refresh everybody's memory here, The attendance is given to me by glorious leader of the Dust Devils, Darrell Ebert, in jersey numbers. Baseball, sometimes other sports, jersey numbers. As here's Jorge Ruiz, first pitch to the left fielder, taken on the inside corner for strike one. And so, the game tonight, Chipper Jones, Corbin Burns. So if you know those two jersey numbers, you'll be able to figure out tonight's attendance. The 0-1 fastball in there for strike two. Ruiz, by the way, tonight, a single, got things started in the 4-run fifth. He's also grounded into an inning-ending force out and flown out to left. Almost at a grand slam on that fly out. Corcoran checking De Jesus, the 0-2. Grounder pulled to the right side. Fielded by second baseman Geraldine. His underhand toss to Modefi Marte at first in time for the second out. On the play, Randy De Jesus moves up to third. And that will bring Kevin Brueggemann to the plate. Brueggemann 0 for 1 with a walk and a sacrifice bunt. Again, looking for his first hit of the year. 6-1 Tri-City. Runner at third, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. First pitch from Corcoran. Breaking ball, it's there, strike one. So I have to confess, I did not know Corbin Burns' jersey number. Probably should have, but I did not. Official attendance tonight at Giesa Stadium, 1,039, 1039, 1. Brueggemann, grounder, third base line. It hit the bag, it's fair. Soler throwing to first, not in time. And there is Kevin Brueggemann's first hit of the year, and it's an RBI hit of that. It's now Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 1 here in the 8th. As that one skipped off the very front side of the bag, didn't really slow it at all. If anything, it brought it up for Yasel Soler to snare with his glove, but Brueggemann with decent speed, good speed really coming up the line. An infield single off of third, giving Tri-City a 7th run tonight. Here's Yohan Macias, the shortstop. First pitch to Yohan. Topper, right side of the infield, that is fair. Fielded by Corcoran. He throws to Marte at first for the out. And the inning is over. Tri-City, though, with a run. They get their run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man is left. Last at bat for the Hops as it stands with the score Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 1. We go to the 9th inning here at DustDevilsBaseball.com, the MILB app, and Valley Sports Live. We've made it to the 9th inning here at Giesa Stadium. Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 1 the score in this Dust Devils baseball. Doug Taylor saying hello one more time. It's Tri-City trying to open the 6-game set with a win. Get to 2 games above 500 very early on in the season. Hillsboro needs 6 runs to continue the game, 7 or more to take the lead. And obviously, of the 1039 who are here, most all of them do not want to see that happen. Though there may be, no, there's a Hops fan or two here, and with reason. I don't think we've touched on it yet. At least not in this broadcast anyways. Keithel K coming home to Wallace Clark, the shortstop, with a fastball missing high. 1 ball and no strikes. Logan Mercado, pitcher on the Hops roster, from right here in Pasco, went to Tri-Cities Prep High School, grew up in the neighborhood across from the stadium, basically. The 1-0. Foul back to the third base side. Can't even add a ball and a strike. As Cathal K sets the 1-1 to Clark. Fastball inside, 2 balls and a strike. As Clark is 0 for 2, he's flown out to right and grounded out to third, sending one for the right-hand side on a pull shot to Jake Monroe. 2-1. Fastball high and inside, 3-1. And yes, from where Logan Mercado apparently grown up, according to sources close to the story. Just a little north and east to here. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Big cut. Clark trying to send one out as the wind is a little quieter now. Still blowing in that south-southwesterly direction, but not quite as firmly as it once was. 3-2. High and outside. Ball 4. So Clark aboard for the first time. And Modafi Marte, the first baseman, will take his third opportunity of the night. Tri-City pitching, until that walk, had faced 1 above the minimum. As the first pitch from K, slider, catching the outside edge, 0-1. Well, the tracking has that as a curveball. So let's go with curveball. 0-1. That was another breaking ball. Slider that time. And Marte down 2 strikes. He's grounded out twice on the infield. Once to third, once to short. Pulled both. The 0-2. Fastball. Marte stings one to center. School on the run going back. Has room. He makes the catch. That's the first out of the 9th inning as Clark returning to first. Marte hit that hard. But he is out and seems likely to finish the night 0 for 3. So 1 down in the 9th. And a balk is charged to Cathal K. So Clark will move down to second. Up at the plate is Slate Caldwell, looking for his first hit of the night, 0 for 3. 7-1 Tri-City in the 9th. First pitch, Caldwell, fly ball, left field. And Wynn shoving it out a bit, but Jorge Ruiz is there to make the catch. 2 down. So 2 outs in the 9th. Dust Devils 7, Hops 1, and the man responsible for the 1 for Hillsboro, Avery Owusu-Hasiedu, the left fielder. He will get one more chance tonight. It was a long blast out to left, and no doubter. Ending the combined no-hitter bid for Tri-City in the 7th. First pitch. Breaking ball that's there, a curve, 0-1. If Clark out at second. Dust Devils looking for the final out. Hops just trying to continue to get guys on. The 0-1. Inside. Backing Owusu-Hasiedu off the plate. A ball and a strike. Hops left fielder is also struck out swinging and flown out to center. The 1-1. Outside. Slider missing that time. 2-1. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Dust Devils. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for the Hops. Again, off the barrel of the bat in the right hand of the man at the plate. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Kane the fastball by, and now the Hops down to their final strike on this Tuesday night. As Kane takes a moment on the backside of the mound and now resets. checks Clark, the 2-2. Breaking ball, pulled on 2 hops to third. Monroe has it, spins and fires. In time, game over. Fine play by Jake Monroe to finish out the ball game. A fine game for the Tri-City Dust Devils, who defeat the Hillsboro Hops 7-1 tonight to open their 6-game series this evening. Again, what a performance by Chink Shores. The Dust Devils offense doing more than enough. A great opening to this 6-game series. And the Dust Devils, now winners of 2 consecutive. They'll look to make it a winning streak in tomorrow night's Game 2. We will come back with the post-game show. We'll get you the final totals. We'll recap this game quickly, look at the scoreboards, and tee up tomorrow night's competition. Again, the final score this evening here at Geisa Stadium, Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 1. And the Dust Devils post-game show is next. An outstanding start for the Tri-City Dust Devils to their 6-game series as they move to 6-4 overall on the year with a 7-1 victory over the Hillsboro Hops to open up this almost week-long set. This is now the Dust Devils post-game show here on the MILB app and DustDevilsBaseball.com. You might still be hearing us on the video side. Hope you've enjoyed this game however you've taken it in. Here are tonight's final totals. For the Dust Devils, 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 6 runners left on base. For the Hillsboro Hops, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on. Small totals around and relayed from Seth Hoyland, one of the voices of the Hops. Only the 6th time that Hillsboro has ever been 1 hit And of those times, this is the first one where it was a homer. That was the only hit of the night. Again, I think that falls under history you don't want to make, but sometimes these things just happen. And so those the line scores. Chase Shores is the winner for the Dust Devils, and deservedly so. 5 no-hit innings. He was outstanding. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. He allowed only 1 base runner in 65 pitches over 5 innings. That is his first professional win. Congrats to Chase on that. Kyle Ayers takes the loss. The Hillsboro starter, 4 2/3, 6 runs all earned on 6 hits, 3 walks, a strikeout. He falls to 0-1. There was no save. This game was played quickly, 2 hours and 5 minutes, the official game time. And the attendance, 1,039. That was the paid attendance at Geisa Stadium. I don't think all 1,039 made it through the gates tonight, but we're happy to have your business always. And again, at first pitch, it was 54 degrees, cloudy skies, wind out of the south-southwest at 9 miles an hour. Certainly a cool evening. But for Tri-City, great work really in all facets of the game. They pitched well, they hit well, they played good defense, and they defeat Hillsboro 7-1 to open this 6-game series. Hillsboro, by the way, falling to 4-6 in defeat. One last break. We'll come back, recap this game, look at the scoreboards, and get you teed up for tomorrow's Game 2. Again, the final Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 1, and the Dust Devils postgame show continues right after these messages.